welcome back to my channel. It's Salisa coming to you from Beautifully Me and You. And today I thought I would do a Q&A. That's right, I'm gonna allow you guys to get to know me just a little bit more. And ironically, I had already set up a question on Instagram for my followers to just ask some basic questions about weight loss or about just getting to know me in general. And then I saw a video from someone that I adore here on YouTube. And if you don't follow her weight loss channel, you should, because she's all about Weight Watchers, grocery hauls, what I eat in a days, and she has some great content. Her name is Losing Weight for Keisha. Well, she did a Get to Know Me Q&A as well, and so I'm gonna incorporate those questions into this video today. So, if you're ready for that, get yourself some tea, because I got some. Isn't this mug so cute? It says be present, which is exactly how I'm feeling today. I'm just gonna be present in the moment, answering these questions. And at the end, I'll give you guys a weight loss update because today is Saturday, my weigh-in. And so I thought, why not share? All right, well, let's get started. First, let me get a sip of tea, hold on. That was a gifted Ray Dunn mug, isn't it so cute? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna start first with just some basic questions that was in Keisha's tag, and then I'll start to ask the few questions that I got from Instagram. I really didn't get a lot of questions, so luckily I have the additional questions from Keisha. Where are you from? Where do you live now? And where would you like to live? Now I have to look down because the questions are on a piece of paper. So where am I from? I'm originally from Southern California. And where do I live now? I live in Atlanta, Georgia. And where would I like to live? I'm gonna say Hawaii. It was beautiful there. So I think if I can live somewhere somewhere outside of Georgia, I would probably head west, and why not go furthest west possible? To Hawaii is where I'm going. What would you change about yourself if you could? And I think if I was gonna change anything about myself, it would be ideas and the concepts that I had about myself when I was younger. I'm glad that I've progressed in my older years to this point of just loving me no matter where I'm at and being so confident. But I think when I was younger, I was very hung up on trying to find love external to me. And now I realize it's all internal and the external just shows up. So I wish I could have had that truth earlier on. That's the only thing I would have changed. The next question is, how old are you? And I almost left this question out, but I'm embracing me. So I'm 46 and I'm soon to be 47. My birthday is November 15th. So yes, I'm a Scorpio, but I consider myself an evolved Scorpio, you know? So don't listen to all those bad traits because I've grown out of all of those. What would you like to be when you grow up? Well, I consider myself already grown up, but if I was going to say anything that I used to say when I was a kid, I used to always think I wanted to be a neonatologist. Yeah. I wanted to be a physician that worked with little bitty tiny babies. And I couldn't even spell the word neonatologist when I started saying it, but probably because my mother was in the medical field, I knew what that was. And I thought it was a job that I would love to have. That didn't exactly come true, but I am in the medical industry and I'm a registered nurse. Do you remember your first kiss? I mean, who doesn't? Is it worth mentioning or revisiting? No. I think I was like in the 4th grade on a chain link fence with some guy. It's just irrelevant to my life at this point. I do remember it. It wasn't very memorable. That's what I will say. It's not anything that's exciting. If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Hands down, it would be potatoes. And specifically, potatoes turned into French fries because I loved hand-cut French fries. It's my drop-dead absolute favorite food. When I was a kid, my mom used to buy 50-pound potato bags so that we can cut our own French fries and fry them in grease. And short story, I actually burned down our kitchen when I got home from church, turned on the grease, cut the potatoes, and fell asleep and burned down our kitchen. All trying to get to some French fries. I definitely would choose French fries. Have you ever had a nickname? Yes, my nickname with my family is Cece. C-E-C-Y, that's how they spell it. And my dad gave me that nickname when I was just a kid. So all of us have the same initials, CDK, well, we did until we got married. And he gave us all nicknames at birth. So my name is Salisa, but my nickname is Cece. Now, you guys shouldn't call me Cece because it makes me super uncomfortable when people outside of my like immediate family or people that I grew up with call me Cece. And sometimes I even run into like old people from my church, my old church when I go back home, and they'll say Cece, and I'm like, ugh. It kind of makes me cringe because it reminds me of being a little kid, even though when my family calls me Cece, it feels comfortable. I don't know, that's just the way it is. So it's Salisa to most. What would you like to weigh? I don't have a specific number. I'm thinking it's somewhere in the 180 to 190 range. Somewhere in there is what I would like to weigh. Now, I'm 5'9", and right now I'm weighing 234. So when I did my last update on video on my weight, I weighed, I think 243 or 244, and I made it down to 234 just 3 weeks later. So I've been losing about 3 pounds a week. And if you follow me on Instagram, I talked about it on my stories. I think it's just from increasing my water and increasing my protein. I've been able to lose about 3 pounds per week. But this week, did a drum roll please? This week, I lost 2 pounds. So I've lost about another 8 pounds, 8 to 9 pounds just this month alone, which is exciting. If money was no object, what would you do all day? Such a dreamy question, right? I feel like if money was no object, I would travel the world. I'm a person who craves variety. I love new people, new places, new foods, new sights. I mean, travel incorporates everything that I love about variety into my life. So I would probably travel, hit all the states that I haven't traveled to in the United States, which there's only about 10, and then hit other countries. I know COVID is kind of messing up that dream, but we're talking about if money was no object. I would find a way to travel the world all day. What would your superpowers be? My superpowers would probably be, what would my superpowers be? My superpowers would probably be time travel, because I would like to go back to the past and see some people that have passed on and just revisit them, as well as see what my life and my kids' life would be in the future when I'm no longer here. So I think I would like to have time travel. All right, that's it for all the questions for losing weight for Keisha. You should check out her video as well, because she had these exact same questions, and what she did, I'm also gonna do, which is tag everybody watching this video. If you have a YouTube channel, I'm tagging you. I'm not gonna pick any specific person. The rest of the questions are from my Instagram feedback, so I'm gonna answer those. One of them was, what is my favorite movie? And my favorite movie of all time is Grease. And I know I'm dating myself, but I love music. Music I love more than theater or movies. Like, I could never watch another movie in my life and I'm totally comfortable, but I have to have music. So if it is a movie that I'm watching, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a musical. And Grease stole my heart back when I was a kid, and I still love it to this day. I can watch it probably 4 times in one day and not be tired of it, and sing along the whole way. Have you ever been out of the country? And yes, I have been out of the country. I've been blessed enough to have a sister who's in the travel industry, as well as I used to work as a side job while I was a nurse with Delta, taking reservations from home. I no longer do that, but I was able to travel for free then. And then I put out into the universe my request to God that I would be able to travel for free again. And my oldest son took a job at Delta. Now, of course, the airline industry has been hit hard now, so he's no longer there, but I do still get flight benefits. Look at God. Definitely been out of the country. I went to Amsterdam with my boyfriend. I went to Mexico with my friends, and then again to a different part of Mexico with my family. I think that's it. I think that's it for out of the country. I wanted to go to Jamaica with a girlfriend of mine who's Jamaican. You know that was about to be popping. But COVID hit. It's my favorite restaurant. My favorite restaurant of all times is this place called Din Tai Fung. And I'm gonna see if I can link it here on the screen somewhere, but it's basically like a dumpling place. It's on the West Coast, so they have several of them in California, and every time I go back home to visit, I make sure that I go there. They have amazing pork chop fried rice, shrimp fried rice, green beans that are amazing, and in-house made dumplings. I mean, it is the best. When you head out west, hit up Din Tai Fung. It's in Northern California and Southern California, and it is amazing. Okay, enough about that. What makes me unique? That was another question. And I think it's just that I'm the ultimate optimist. You know, I believe anything can happen. If we believe it, we can achieve it. And that falls right in line with the fact that I won a car on a game show. That's right. I was on Let's Make a Deal and I won a car in one of the showcases. And I had already talked about it happening before it happened. Not exactly in that way, but I talked about it nonetheless. I'll leave a video up above of that actual story, and if you're interested in checking out how I won the car on the game show, then you can watch that video. Another question I got was from one of my friends on Instagram, Angie. Hey Angie, if you're watching. And the question was, do you work out and how often? And I do walk. That's my workout right now. And so I've been walking about 4 miles 3 times a day. I did say I was gonna start walking every day. However, I've not implemented that, just to be honest. My sister is asking me to go to the gym with her to start doing some weight training. So I might start to incorporate that. But as of right now, I'm walking 4 miles 3 times a day. And then I also have a very physical or moving job, you know, as a nurse. I walk quite a bit, so I can easily get to my 10,000 steps just by the end of my workday. So maybe that counts as well. Andrew's other question was, has your weight loss been strictly from WW? And the answer is no. When I first decided to lose weight, I just started counting carbs and I lost 14 pounds in my first month just from basically keeping my carbs kind of low, and not low like keto, but like 40 carbs per meal. And if you're interested in more information about that, I'll leave my video up above about my first 3 months on WW, because I do explore more about how I lost weight when I first started, before I started WW. But basically, I was just counting carbs and I lost 14 pounds before I started. And now on Weight Watchers, I've lost 32 pounds. What was my top 3 desserts or dinners, etc.? So my number 1 dessert is Breyer's Carb Smart fudge bars. They're only 3 points and I feel like I'm eating a Wendy's Frosty. I put a post on my Instagram recently and maybe that's why it's in the forefront of my mind. But as far as low point ice cream, and I love ice cream and donuts. Those are my 2 favorite. So as far as ice cream, that is at the top of my list right now. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Pillsbury Bake Cookies. It's specifically baked sugar cookies. I love Pillsbury's baked sugar cookies, and 2 of them, if you get the little pumpkin ones, they're only 5 points, but 2 regular sugar cookies, which is all I've been able to find recently, those are 7 points, and I will save that every time because those are bomb. And number 3 for dessert, top favorite dessert, I would say because I love chocolate, I would probably say fudge covered mini Oreos. They come in a bag, individual bags, and they're 7 points each. And I will splurge and have one of those. That's another one of my favorite desserts. What are my 3 favorite dinners? I don't really have any. I think my problem is I love variety and I love food adventures. You know, I like to travel through food, and I always have been that type. I think that's one of the reasons why I love to travel so much, because I can try new foods. So I feel like for me, I need to be able to think of the food that I want to eat and cook it. And I don't really have like a favorite that I go to again and again and again. I'm more like, if it inspires me that day, I go for it. And that's just how I've been working the program. My dear friend Jen from Loving to Lose _WW_Jen left me a question on Instagram, and it was, what is your #1 tip for someone new to Weight Watchers? And we're going to end on this question. My #1 tip for someone new to Weight Watchers is find a way to incorporate the things that you love into your diet. I think the plan is so open to interpretation. That's the best part about WW. You can have the foods that you love. And if you're the person who needs a lot of structure to make things go simple for you, and that way you feel in control, do that. If you're the person like me who just needs to spontaneously be able to eat whatever you want on that day, do that. But most importantly, whatever it is that you've been craving or wanting, don't deny yourself those things. Find a way to incorporate those, whether it's a 1-day cheat a week, or whether it's saving points in the morning so you can have that splurge in the evening. However you do it, find a way to incorporate the things that you love into your diet. And that way it will feel more like a lifestyle change and not like a restrictive diet. Weight Watchers has plenty of room for that. You can even use your weeklies or your fit points, but make a way to incorporate the things that you truly love. And that way you'll begin to love the lifestyle. All right, I think that's everything that I have for today. I appreciate you guys being here with me and watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's see. Comment down below what you think your absolute favorite meal is, or favorite entree. And that way I'll get to know each one of you just a little bit more as well. All right, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.